going, YouTube? My name is Blake Yarbrough and welcome back. Today's video is on the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, I am wearing this pair of sneakers every single day for 365 days. We're on day 105 today. When you're watching this video, we'll already be a few days past that, but I wanted to kind of recap the first 100 days. I've posted a few videos wearing them, wear testing them, and so I wanted to just kind of recap, show you guys the condition of the shoes up close and personal, give you my opinion, my feedback, sizing, all of that kind of information that you want to know. And I wanted to remind you guys that every single month here I do a sneaker giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Give me a follow over on Instagram. This is the only 2 rules, guys. The winner will be picked in about 30 days from this video being live, which would be like November 20th. Roughly. So right around Thanksgiving, I'll be picking the winner for the giveaway. But guys, here we have a DS pair of the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe in the first edition, the first colorway, the studio colorway. To me, there's only been 2 releases so far. There's going to be more. There's a brown one coming and some other colorways. So far, this is my favorite. I do really like the dark sulfur or the yellow mustard color. That is a really nice colorway. It's not my favorite, and it's not a shoe that I would wear every day, where I feel like this colorway, even though it's got some bright blue on there, it is a sneaker that can be worn every single day, as I've been wearing it for over 100 days now. So let's talk about overall just the comfort. The first 100 days started out a little stiff. The first week in the shoe, especially the first few days, very stiff sneaker. It is an all rubber midsole, and so that is going to add some stiffness, some rigidity to that. But I will say, after the first week, the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, I was able to feel a lot more comfortable in this sneaker all day. As far as sizing goes, I did size down a half size to my true to size, which is usually an 11. In Jordans, I wear 11 in all Jordans. Some Nike I wear 11 or 11 and a half, maybe if it's a slim shoe. And in my Tom Sachs Mars Yards, an 11. These are 10 and a half. So a women's 12, a men's 10 and a half. I went on the smaller side and I'm happy with it. They've broken in really nicely. They were maybe a touch snug at the beginning, but when I tried on a size 11 men's, they felt a little bit loose, like I would have to kind of crank on the laces to keep them snug on my foot. So I went down a half size. If you have a wider foot, maybe stick true to size. And I've discussed sizing more in depth in some of the previous videos, but this one right here, men's size 10 and a half. Overall comfort, guys, it's a very comfortable everyday sneaker. Once you get it broken in, this one has got some nice flex in it now, whereas this one is definitely more stiff. I'm putting much more force into this one than I am into this one, and I've got a lot more flex on both the toe and in the heel, actually. So they do break in, they do become more comfortable. Keep wearing the shoe. As far as the color goes, this one has got like this kind of nice sail cream color to it. The swoosh is nice and bright and white. The midsole is a bright brown color, and this one, there's definitely a difference when you look at the midsole color. This one is aging. You can see a lot of aging in the upper, of course, which we're gonna dive into deeper here in just a second. But overall, the color of the sneaker is much different, and I like it both ways. I think as a brand new sneaker, it's a great looking shoe to me. It's not everybody's favorite, and I know a lot of people don't like this sneaker, but for me personally and what I like to wear, I like the way this shoe looks. And this one right here, all beat up, dirty, it's a totally different color, really. It's a lot darker, more of a grayish tone. I really like the way this looks too. I think it looks lived in. It looks like I've experienced some things in these, and I'm really liking the way that these are aging. The suede is completely a different color. It's much darker of a gray. And the one thing I will say about these is, even though side by side they look kind of nasty, when you have them on feet, they don't look nearly as bad. I know some people comment on my Instagram and they'll say it doesn't really look like they're aging that much, but when you see them up close in person, they've aged quite a bit. I think they just kind of stay this kind of consistent color unless you're literally getting them into dirt. And so I like the way this one's aging. There is a lot of paint cracking on this section right here, especially around the toe. Lots of paint cracking on that second layer around the mudguard, and that happened within just a few days. So I'm pretty surprised. I thought that would hold up a lot better, but within a few days there was some cracking. We've got some wrinkling here in the mudguard, and the paint is actually peeling, which I'm going to show you guys all this up close if you can't see it right now. But this shoe is aging pretty quick. For the first 100 days, I would say if you were to wear another sneaker for 100 days, it wouldn't age as quickly as this one. Okay, let's go from kind of toe to heel, and I'll kind of talk you through like the stains, whatnot. On the shoe on this side right here, my left shoe, you've got a green stain right there. It's from LA, climbing a wall. And the thing that I was going to mention just a few minutes ago was that when you stain shoes like this and you don't clean them for somehow, some way, they just kind of clean themselves over time. This was much more green when I did it, but just from the wear and tear of me wearing these around, probably scrubbing my toe somewhere else, it's kind of worn off that green on the toe. A lot of staining here just on this mesh. You've got some mud right here, a lot of cracking in the toes, lots of cracking in the toes, especially on the inside of the foot. On my right shoe right here on your left, this is from just scrubbing the pedal while I'm driving, which I will mention, this is one of the most uncomfortable sneakers to drive long distance in. So if you happen to be driving long distance, probably take these off, because the lack of padding and stuff around the ankle, and especially in the heel, like on your Achilles, not comfortable to drive in. You can see I've got a nice little driving stain there on the midsole from my heel. These are not comfortable to drive in. So comfortable to walk in all day, stand in, sure. Driving, not a good recommendation. Moving along the upper, you can just see a lot of cracking here on the inside of the feet. The paint is starting to peel completely off. The suede is much darker and dirtier when compared to this DS pair right here. So you can just see the cleanness of this gray suede, and this is also a lot less nappy or a lot less textured. I think just as I've worn them, this has become a little bit more textured and hairy of a suede. Not sure exactly how it's happening. I guess it's from just friction of them rubbing together. But on the shoe right here, we've got a mud stain from the lake. I wore these in the lake a few weeks ago. And another thing I've noticed is that the tabs pretty much just stay down like this now. At first they work a little bit more perky like this one, and they pretty much just stay down now. I would say the color is a bit different as well. DS one is definitely brighter. That's just because these are dirty. I don't plan on cleaning these. I have wiped off a few stains and spills, like chocolate ice cream. Nick spilt some cranberry juice on these, so I cleaned all of that off. It was just spotted red, so I cleaned that off. But other than that, guys, these aren't going to get cleaned for an entire year. Surprisingly, they don't smell bad. I don't know how. The last thing I'll show you guys is kind of here on the tongue. If I pull the laces down, you can actually see the staining from the laces. Now this would probably come out at this point if I were to wash them or clean them, but I'm just gonna leave it how it is. I want these shoes to age naturally, and I'm wearing them every day, so I just want that to be the end result, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it's been a fun wear test, guys. I've really enjoyed doing this. It's definitely given me a different perspective on just wearing a sneaker day in, day out. You really become kind of connected with the sneaker, and I've liked that. If I come home and I do put on another pair of sneakers, maybe for a sports event or something like that, then they just don't feel right. This is the shoe that feels right. When I put it on, my foot just slides in. The laces are fantastic. I really like this sneaker overall. I would say on the outsole, we're getting pretty close to this being flat. So I don't know, it's probably gonna happen within the next 100 days, I would think, that this will be completely flat, and then we'll start wearing through this. So I'm curious to see how much can these be tested. I've got some crazy ideas that I want to incorporate over the next 100 to 250 days to end out the year series. So if you enjoy this video, if you want to see different types of content, make sure you comment that down below. I want this to be a fun experience for everybody watching, and it's been a lot of fun for me. Honestly, I really am glad I decided to do longer than 30 or 60 days, because I think a full year wearing this sneaker every day will probably reveal more than I'm even expecting. So I've enjoyed this. Make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe, follow me over on Instagram for the sneaker giveaway. There's more information posted over there. I appreciate you guys, and with that, we're on to the next sneaker.